This is Chris Hansen.
Chad doing Rip City Radio here.
It's your favorite basketball player, Tyler Hansbrough.
This is Jamie Hudson.
This is TJ Hoochmanzada.
And I'm going to let y'all know something.
Duke sucks and Duke will always suck.
You're listening to
It Just Makes Sense.
It Just Makes Sense.
Listen, this podcast is not about being right. It's about being entertaining and sometimes right.
Oh, yeah.
You ever
I've jerked
accident-
off with tea tree.
Yeah. Have you ever
Dude, it's
accidentally
like
put that
icy
on your
hot.
dick?
It's not by
Yes.
accident. I wanted it. It
I
felt
did
like
that by
Shaq was
accident.
jerking me off. The fucking icy hot commercial. Because Indiana blew that game.
And that was critical. 3-1 versus 2-2. That was series defining, despite the fact that no one has even given them a chance in this series. But the end of that game 4 was series defining.
We're back. Clear eyes.
Full heart!
Can't lose.
Play like a champion! Oh my gosh. I know I need a new TV down here. We have the... Yeah, but this one exists.
I mean, this is a perfect garage.
The one that makes the Indiana Pacers look like highlighter
Like,
yellow.
you get the fucking point.
You get the point, right? So...
The TV, you don't mind playing Nintendo Wii on. Like, if we throw shit at the screen, Peter wouldn't care.
All good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll fucking
All
break
good.
it. Who gives a shit?
You don't need to use your wrist strap.
The chances of this actually, like, it's on a mobile cart, it actually getting tipped over very high. So,
Well, and what's up with the velour blue couches?
It's like a couch.
Like, did you?
It's like a couch you-
rob a like, what's it
a
called?
Gallery Z or whatever.
No, what's the
A
night?
whorehouse?
Yeah, for
I was going to say, isn't like a couch you'd see at the G spot?
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
like a reveal lounge?
We're getting into boudoir photography.
Yeah, there you go.
So, yeah, we have a...
Wife's doing the boudoir?
Liam's Neeson's.
No, so I mean, like, this is the Lake Oswego Buy Nothing group is very robust, and this was part of the Buy Nothing.
It's kind of funny, is the word I'll use, to see your kind of pack rat mentality, but also your unwillingness to pass up a good deal. It has turned into your downfall with this Buy Nothing group. Because when you see something that's of value for free, you almost can't say no.
You have to take it on.
But
and
what I'm curious about is, what do you think if you audit yourself?
Yeah.
What is the percentage of the shit you see that you feel like you can't pass up? And then how many of them turn into a usable thing that you guys take advantage of? And how many of them sit here for 8 months and you end up putting back into that group?
Exactly.
So, like, what do you think you're at 50-50?
But this couch you got from there for
And the one, and it's a matching one. There's
Yeah,
one
I
upstairs.
saw the other one.
Yeah, so that was...
those are going to be your living room couches?
Potentially. I think that there was, you acquire them because you see a photo, and for those who are unfamiliar with the Buy Nothings, it's essentially like a neighborhood swap meet sort of a thing. You put things into the whole thing, and people put their stuff up, and then you all kind of say, hey, I'd be interested in this thing. And sometimes there's like priority to first pickup, or I'll let this simmer, and it's all
It's like,
very
it's yours for a blowjob.
Yeah.
You know?
I
was
mean,
going to say,
I'll hold it.
When does it turn into neighborhood wife swap?
a neighborhood swingers. We haven't quite gotten there. I imagine that's in the bylaws somewhere not to do that. But if it's not, then we'll see.
The Wingstop neighbors next door, they're swingers.
They seemed like it. Yeah, we've got new neighbors now, apparently. I've not met them. But no, like, okay, here's how this goes. Let me tell you the circle of life in this household.
Okay,
is
please do.
that Lindsay catches her eye on something. She goes, hey, what do you think? And you can't say, like, no all the time because she's already built it in her brain that she wants it. So you entertain the idea, it comes into the house, then you go, I don't know if that's actually right. So now one is upstairs, one is behind this camera. And then once about every 4 to 6 weeks, I'm down here trying to manage all of the shit in this garage, and then I've tripped over everything. I've booby-trapped the other half of things, and I go, get rid of everything, burn it all. And then we send things back into the world, and then we restart. So it's
from the top.
from the top. All right.
5, 6, 7.
I mean, it's how it goes.
That move is the
every
only
time.
thing keeping you from being a hoarder. Is because you do see it after a month and a half, and you're like, all right.
You do seem to get rid of it eventually.
Yeah.
Or you sell it to me.
All right. I don't know if I've ever sold you anything that I got for free, though.
That's true.
Yeah, I think
so-
that's part of it. Like, you're not supposed to take it on for free
Profit.
and profit off of it.
Yeah,
But
that'd be
How do they
bad
know
optics.
if you do that?
I mean, it's etiquette, and it's just like a,
How could he sleep at night?
it's a morality
I
clause.
guarantee people do that shit.
So,
Oh, absolutely.
but I mean, just this last a couple weeks ago, I acquired a fire pit and 4 outdoor chairs that each chair was valued online at like $1,600 a piece. That fire pit is $3,000. It's crazy.
It's a great deal.
It doesn't.
Made by Van Gogh.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's not worth $3,000, but someone in Lake Oswego paid $1,600 a chair and that's like $7,000-8,000 worth of stuff, and you just go
You'd be losing money if you didn't.
oh my god, exactly.
Yeah.
And so I have outdoor chairs,
Several.
but did I see that post go up? It says priority to pick up like 3 minutes after they posted it. I was like, I can get it today.
The people that,
I wanted to win that.
The
you know,
people that
and
buy
I'll figure
that-
it out after. We'll
See,
figure it
that's
out
what
after
I'm
the
saying.
fact.
There's
Yeah.
more to it
There
than
is.
just wanting the things.
the people that buy shit like
Winning.
that,
Yeah, you want to win.
like $1,600 outdoor patio chairs and the $3,000 fire pit, they're not the ones like us, like shopping around, not necessarily looking for a deal, but like looking at the cost of things. They have someone who shops for them and going, hey, we need a fire pit. Get a good one.
Right.
Get a couple chairs.
Find a nice
Take
one.
my card.
Yeah.
It's like these people don't look at their fucking statements. That's how much money they have.
Oh, it's wild too. Okay, so this is how that went with the chairs. Is that they posted the chairs online, and then they were like, "Well, do you need anything else?" So when I met them, they go, "Do you need anything else? Fire pit, maybe?" I was like, "Well, I just got a fire pit off of Buy Nothing, but I kind of don't like it as much as whatever. Just show me a picture." So then they show me the picture. I'm like, "That looks way better than the one that I have." And they go, "We've got a whole storage unit down in, Tigard or whatever." So I meet them at their storage unit. They go, "Well, we actually have another set of cushions for those chairs you should take those. Do you need an office chair? All this. Here's the one thing," and I even joked. I was like, "Do you guys got a Murphy bed? Because we're kind of in the market for a Murphy bed for that back room." Ha ha, joke. Didn't. But then a week later, the same person posted a Traeger. And I was like, wait, hold on. I know that I just bought myself a smoker that, I almost...
Are you sure that wasn't your smoker that was posted there, Peter?
Now you're an Inception. Now you're,
God damn it. Not again.
what am I missing out on? Is it my own post?
And so then this person, posted the smoker. And I was like, I would have taken that smoker on.
And then Leo shows up
I
with
didn't
Juno
need that
walking up the
smoker.
steps.
Oh my god, I had no need for that smoker. Despite everyone's better whatever. We're not talking about that here.
Isn't your other fire pit also from this
Yes, it
whole
was.
group?
Yeah, it was. It sure
Do
was.
you have to prove that you live around here to be a part of it?
Yes.
So a
You
Kaiserite can't
forgot the name. It's a Lake Oswego neighborhood swap. You think they're going to welcome renters and outsiders to this
Yeah.
very
You live in
exclusive
Kaiser?
fuck you group?
There are some renters around here. They would be allowed because they are in the greater Lake Oswego.
I
You know,
like
they
how
have
it's not even a joke to Peter anymore. He's like, there are unfortunately a few renters.
There
know,
are. They
he's-
need it more
he's-
than others sometimes.
He's
This
not
group
hiding his
meets-
rentism anymore.
This group has secret meetings at Old Spaghetti Factory
Yeah.
going. So we have to watch out for those renters. They might be trying to flip some of these items.
Spaghetti
They're the ones who
Factory.
need
Listen.
money.
They're at Oswego Grill, baby.
Yeah, I, you know, I'm just, you know where.
You've embraced who you are. You have officially embraced who you are.
So, but yes,
man.
we do have new people next door. So,
You went from fighting the renters argument to now going, I don't understand why you guys like them. now you're completely in the other side.
yeah. So
Oh man,
that is the buy nothing. If you have a buy nothing, it's very fun. And then
I'll
you
have to look.
You have to say where you live, and you have to put your
I
address.
think
in it.
I
sure
think
the-
I got the app from where I live, and I think I looked at it once, and I deleted it.
Yeah.
I just didn't have the patience to like look through.
Yeah.
And like
I
I was
thought
getting
this
the
was
pop up,
just
the
on
notifications.
It's on Facebook. Yeah, I don't know.
they have an app.
I mean, maybe there's like.
Wait,
there's-
what's the name? Next.
It's like it's by. Oh, I mean, there are other ones like.
Next door.
I
there's,
got
like,
the app.
Nextdoor
I have a
types.
Nextdoor app, and then I have the Hillsdale thing.
Oh, there's another swap one.
and I
that
just
is a
I just
legitimate
deleted
app.
all of them. I was like, I don't even want to look
Yeah.
through this shit.
Yeah. But I mean, like, not all of them are created equal. The one up in North Portland was great because, like, we were able to like basically fund or all of Brody's clothes for like the first couple of years, and you know this right now, like Q Boy is just absolutely going through clothes
Yeah.
like no one's business. There's no reason to buy clothes if you can get a hand me down, unless like you are super into fashion or whatnot. But
I mean, I definitely see the value of like having a group where you can dispose of shit and like gain something. But one thing that like I don't really like living near like a busy road, as you know.
yeah,
But there is one advantage. If we don't like something, we put it up front.
it's gone
And it's fucking gone.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that was another.
I do
thing.
love that because we got a new microwave, and we had the old microwave. I'm like, I'm just gonna put it in the trash. Mm-hmm. So I put it in the trash. The fucking trash people are super picky now.
Yeah,
I guess
they'll take it out.
they fucking dumped that shit in their truck, and they're like, "Fuck this microwave." They put that shit back on our yard
Yeah.
on top of the bin. And I'm like, I'm not gonna haul this shit back in.
No.
So we wrote "free" on a piece of paper, taped it on the microwave. Within 2 hours, it was fucking
Yeah,
gone.
in North Portland, all the time we had people just like we had like an old grill or maybe even like chairs or something like that, and it's metal. Like you've got guys just driving around trying to acquire scrap metal, and so like within a half hour, we didn't even post anything. We knew how quickly it was going to go, so that was nice.
I like not like you could always call people to pick up like clothes, like donations or anything like that. But where we live, like we can just put shit outside. It'll
Yeah,
be fucking gone
that's
in
true.
less than a couple hours.
Yeah. You gotta love like up in North Portland too. There were a lot of good dumpsters just in case you needed to.
I go to apartment dump. I go to some like old apartment.
Yeah, just in case you need a good old quick dump and go.
The best one I had is like when you go to like our neighborhood now, there's an apartment complex up top,
Yeah,
like up that hill, and the dumpster is like hidden away from the parking lot. And I get those sandbags for the winter for my truck
yeah.
bed. There were sandbags that I had for like 3 winters.
the old sand.
And they were falling apart. And I noticed like I was gonna toss them in our compost bin, and as I was lifting it, it was splitting. Like it's been through rain and everything.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, this isn't gonna go well. So I'm gonna take it straight to the dumpster. So I take it to the dumpster. As I'm sliding it off of the bed, I lift one and it just splits in the bottom.
Oh no.
And all the fucking sand is just down on the ground. So I'm like, I look around, I just pull all the ones that I fucking just left in. I'm like, I don't have a shovel. Like, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
fucking
What do
take
you want
this.
me to do?
So I'm like, I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna drive back tomorrow just to see if it's gone. And it was fucking spotless.
It was all gone.
It was gone.
Yeah.
When I was moving into the first apartment in Multnomah Village, the shotgun apartment,
Mm-hmm.
I had Blake Mason. He was one of the only people I knew with a truck, and I had him come help me move. And I had this, I think it was like a couch that wasn't going to fit in the apartment. And I had to get rid of it. And of course, Blake, Miguel knows him, so he won't be surprised. He's like, oh, we'll just drive like to the back of an Albertsons or something. There's always dumpsters back there.
Sure.
And we'll just throw this entire couch
You gotta go apartments. That's not smart.
Yeah.
into a dumpster. And I'm like, okay, sounds good. And sure enough, we do it. And as soon as we're putting this thing into the dumpster, we hear, hey, you can't do that.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, fuck.
Grocery store dumpster isn't smart because someone's going out there
Yes.
to throw shit away. But apartments, no one ever checks.
Yeah. And the couch is just like 3/4 of it is
And then you
sticking.
booked it?
Oh, yeah. We
Yeah.
were out of there.
Yeah. And I was always so nervous at first, and then it's like,
Apartments are the way. Like Hilldale, remember we just threw our couch away?
Yeah.
And it's just sticking out like without a fucking cover.
Yeah, you asked me like, what should we do with the couch? I was like, dude, just fucking throw it
It
in
was
the
a small
dumpster.
couch too. It wasn't that.
This is an apartment.
I
Do you
think
think that's the first couch in there?
I think I had like old bamboo flooring or something like that when I was renovating our first house up in North Portland. And there was like this spot that had like a bunch of crates and other whatever. And it was like the dead of night that I go and I would just like yank a bunch of this flooring onto like all of that. Someone came out and was like chasing me down. And then the next day I see a thing as I'm driving by. It was like no dumping. And I'm like, we'll feign ignorance this first time.
I've dumped a lot of shit like couches and all that. Technically, you're not supposed to.
They do
Technically, you're not supposed to push it off the side of it.
They do call you Big Dumper.
Huge dumper. But the worst thing I've done that makes me feel better about the other dumpings is broken glass. I am just notorious for just fucking throwing.
You love a good.
Broken. Because I've gotten like a notice from Waste Management. That's like, hey, stop throwing fucking. Because I'm so lazy and I'm like, all recycling I already hate recycling. I don't believe in it. So
It's
they're
against
like,
his morals. Yeah.
you have to put all the glass in the yellow bins separated from the fucking. I'm like, fuck you. And I'll throw all the fucking glass, like wine bottles and shit. And I'll hear them in the morning. And there's one time at like 6 a.m. I hear they're in front of the house. I'm like, I guarantee they're doing my bins. And I just hear all the glass from the blue bin. And I just hear a guy go, fuck. And I like pretty sure the next week that's when I got the notice. It was like, so instead of following their order, I still do it. But instead of throwing the bottles directly into the bin, I put them in that heavy duty grocery bag. Mm-hmm. And I tie it in a knot. I put it in there.
Boom. So now you're saving them from it. There you go. Well, just wait till
You're
start
welcome,
doing,
bitch.
You start doing landscaping, and then they have this like you can't put dirt in your landscape bin. It's like, bitch, like it's gonna turn into dirt at some point anyways. I'm just helping the process.
I think I got that too.
How do you think I'm going to not get dirt in there?
Yeah. They're like, this is too heavy. This is clearly all just dirt. Be like,
Isn't that the whole point of the
Baloney.
compost bin? Because I'm pretty sure we got called out for that. Remember the horse troughs that we had out front?
They don't want you to put dirt
I put
in
all
there.
that fucking dirt in the green bin, and they left it. They didn't pick it up.
Yeah, they don't take it.
'Cause
They've
were-
done that to me too.
They said it's too heavy.
No, they were
They're
claiming
fat shaming.
they were claiming that outside of the soil that there were rocks.
Mm.
And I'm like, so fucking what? Like, what do you
Prove it, bitch.
What do you want me to do?
Yeah, take it. Stop being so.
So I got a dentist from Hood River come and get it.
Yeah, that's right.
This dude was rich as fuck.
You did, yeah.
As one does.
This one does finds a Hood River dentist.
You
Hey, I'm
find
in-
yourself a nice dentist. He'll
dispose
take
of
the
your-
dirt for you.
your
I'm
dirt.
interested in 9 horse troughs and like 50 pounds of soil. I go, well, what do you do for a living?
You must be a dentist.
You must be a dentist.
No, that's when he goes, well, I don't think my 6-foot trailer is going to work. I got to go to my other house and get my 13-foot trailer. I'm like, well, the price just went up, Bob.
Yeah. It is pretty crazy how, like, what people, speaking of, like, this Buy Nothing group and other things, like, what people just will take on from the internet. Like, one time we got rid of, like, a queen or king-size mattress that was, like, 10 years old. It had a dent in it. I took, it's like, so I couldn't dispose of this, but someone come and take this off my hands. And within like the first half hour, I had like a dozen inquiries. For
People
this free
buying a
mattress.
used mattress will never make sense to me unless you're in college.
Yeah.
Like I bought a used twin or full mattress when I was in college because it was fucking $40.
Yeah.
But if you're a grown adult, especially if you have a fucking family, if you are searching or shopping for a mattress on Marketplace or Craigslist,
yeah. Or
you gotta
especially
change
free.
something. You
Yeah.
cannot, dude. What's happening in those
I feel
mattresses?
like
Yeah.
if you're going to take a hand-me-down mattress, it has to be from somebody you know.
From family, yeah. Because that
somebody you
mattress
know.
I got from like my grandparents after they died, and it was like their guest room. So I was like the only one who really slept on it anyways whenever I would come and see them. So,
And I don't know why I'm like defending myself. I've never done this, but
no one's coming after you right now.
you gotta hit it with like the steamer. You know those like shampoo steamer
yeah.
hand wand things.
Sure.
I got one of those.
Yeah.
You'd have to do that.
Sure. Then this guy also sells my fire pit in Clackamas. We had like
that was
your
funny.
ashtray and like all of the empty
was
beer
funny.
cans, and like that thing was like ready to die.
If that needs to be on my resume,
Yeah, that was
That-
impressive.
that
Just
is
the
a-
photo. Sold this.
that's a great addition to my fucking resume.
It was the most like. There's no reason why anyone would buy this.
Speaking of that, the reason I thought of this because when that happened, you had that pool up
Right
in that
yeah.
backyard.
Mhm.
I'm curious. Did you tell Mark? Because you gotta. Were you in church for that, Peter?
I was not, but he knew about it because his children came and played in it. So yeah.
Well,
so oopsies.
you could have been in big trouble, Pete.
Big trouble.
What's wrong
Big-
with the pool thing?
I guess I've
I-
got to have liability insurance or something.
I learned recently that even if you have a temporary pool,
you have to be insured.
Fred
for
Meyer
it.
fucking 4
Yes.
foot pool like that?
you have to.
You know what he probably did? He probably just added it on me. he just was like my proxy and like did it.
That's an insurance scam right
Yeah.
there. There, you don't need that
Until
shit.
somebody's kid drowns in your fucking pool and they sue you.
That's part of homeowners insurance.
No, it's not if they don't know you have a pool.
Yeah.
We're going to fucking court.
Let's do
Yeah.
it.
You haven't been a real homeowner until you've burned your house down or someone's died in your pool. So
Also, if we're talking about
Can't wait.
just so
if
you know.
someone drowned in a pool like that, sorry, that's their fault.
yeah.
Is it?
A Fred Meyer 4 foot, 3.5 foot pool.
Yeah.
What if?
Unless they're literally a toddler and
Yeah. Or
it's very
they,
insensitive.
They tripped on something that you had out in your yard.
That's
Landed face down unconscious in 1 inch of water.
as I'm facing
Died.
Mr. Your Honor and the jury.
Yeah.
Where's the fucking parents? Where's the
This is an adult.
irresponsible fucking parents?
This is an adult that this
Oh,
happened to.
then that person
Darwin.
probably has peanut allergies. I mean, sorry, fucking population control. It's
This is
over.
Darwinism at its finest.
gosh.
So, yeah, I think consider it at that point.
These wings look disgusting on your TV. Oh my god, they're vomit exorcism wings. Like, look at the puke
God.
green
Oh,
wings.
Look at it. It's like gray. Yeah, it's not great.
Moldy fucking boneless wings.
Yeah, I think that the maybe for like football season when we have like football day, if it is here, which I'm not saying it is here, but maybe we can show off a new TV or something like that. Let's see. Happy Father's Day to you, Braxton. Your
Happy
first
Father's Day, Pete.
Father's Day.
Father's Day.
To Miguel for the ones that he doesn't know about. So,
Dude, fuck them kids. Don't be knocking on my door asking for child support. Because if they knock on my door asking for child support, I'll just hit them with a Cat Stevens. Like, it's not time to make a change. Just relax.
so
the fuck out.
So you had some steaks. You reverse seared some steaks. You got to sleep until 8:00.
Yep.
Wow.
It was
What a
honestly,
time.
it was such a wonderful day. I felt like a queen.
Wow.
Yeah.
You felt like a queen on Father's Day.
Yeah.
You are from Portland.
Yeah, that's true.
No, it was very nice. Jarrett made me breakfast and let me just relax and watch TV. And we went on a little walk together.
Sex?
And she kept on asking, what do you want to do? Do you want to go out? Do you want to do this? And I was like, I really just want to chill.
Don't want to do anything, yeah.
And she was like, that's totally fine.
She gave you an opening and you didn't say you want to go to Dave & Buster's.
D's and B's, man.
I didn't want to go to D&B's.
What a dummy.
Yeah. I know that guy. Sorry, I got very distracted. I knew the timekeeper who was there at the NBA Finals.
Text him.
What a
Say,
flex.
What the fuck, dude?
You know the timekeeper.
Mike Miller. Yeah, I know. Okay, so for mine, I don't know who said big dumper here. I think it was you. At the baseball game yesterday, I saw a guy who had a customized jersey that said big dumper. So that was pretty
Was
slick.
it a Mariner jersey?
It was a Mariner jersey. It was a custom Mariner jersey that said big dumper.
Tired of people taking my trademarks.
Yeah.
Maybe we should rebrand and you're Big Dumpy.
Mr. Dumpy.
That changes the whole thing.
No, so I took Brody up to go see the Cleveland Guardians play against the Seattle Mariners. We left on Saturday. We went to Bainbridge Island. There's these across the Puget Sound. There's these wooden structures that are trolls, which are super cool. And the one that we saw on Bainbridge Island, which is 2 stories tall. They're gigantic. Named Pia the Peacekeeper, so that was pretty fun. Brody thought it looked like a koala. Then we took the ferry from Bainbridge Island into Seattle. So, he'd never been on a ferry. I thought it was kind of a cool ride. Got some lunch. Went to the Flight Museum. That was super cool to go into, an old Air Force One. And let's see, the Dreamliner plane that my uncle was a chief engineer on. They had the first one of those. All kinds of World War II stuff.
You weren't there to ask questions about why all the plane crashes and shit, safety violations.
Yeah, I was more so just focused on walking through the planes. That maybe the next time. So, but that was super cool. We only got to be there for an hour, but before it closed. But it was still cool to go.
Is that not enough time to see everything there?
No. Oh, my gosh, no. It's the size of OMSI, but maybe even bigger. Because then there's, this whole, walkway where you go to another hangar, and it's just, an entirely, space exhibit mixed with, the big commercial planes and everything. It was crazy. So this place was sweet. We should all take our kids. It was fun. And then we went to Yard House. Then went to the game the next day. Weather was perfect.
What'd you get at Yard House?
I got poke nachos and 2 tacos, and Brody got a jumbo pretzel, and he just got it and just
with cheese.
Yeah, and he just went face first in on that. So, shout out to Slade Sassoni for the starting pitcher for the Cleveland Guardians, who gave my son a ball. After his bullpen session, so that was super awesome. I joked about it afterwards. I was like, the Guardians are going to lose 15-0 now because this is just I've got the picture of him right after he gets the ball, and he's just brimming and so excited and all this stuff, and I was just there's no way that the Guardians win this game now. I've screwed my luck at this point. So Mariners, hit a grand slam in the 2nd or 3rd inning, 6-0. Wasn't even close.
Not only did the Guardians not win, they didn't score any fucking runs.
They didn't do anything. They didn't even sniff close to the home plate.
That's a shitty game to go to.
But it was all right. I mean,
at this age for Brody, he's just enjoying the environment. He's not
yeah. And then therefore, I'm also kind of not enjoying the environment as much because we're always getting up and going and doing something. So if it was a nail biter of a game like it had been the previous night where, the Guardians were up and then they lose in the bottom of the 9th inning or whatever, maybe I wouldn't have been able to enjoy it as much. I'm very excited whenever he's the kid who was with us on the other side. It was my uncle's friend's grandson. Up, over, and back. Anyways, he was in 7th grade, this kid, Mason was, and he was able to get up and go do his own thing. And I can't wait for here's money. You go stand in line by yourself. I will just be here. So, but still can't do that with a 6-year-old. But then afterwards, like, they let all the kids run the bases and everything.
That is cool.
I mean, come on. Like, what a banner day.
How'd Brody do? How was the speed?
Dude, like, I was a little, like, at this age, you have to, like, make sure that the expectations are very clear and established and everything. And so I was kind of like, okay, so, like, when you do that, I'm not going to get to go on the field. And so I was a little worried. Dude, he saw that thing. He just booked it. And he was just, like, holding up his pants and running around all the bases. He did not slide, no, but he had no problem with it. So, I mean, just, like, come on, 70 degrees. I found free parking that was guarded. My kid gets a baseball, and now all he wants to do is throw it around at, like, glass. He gets to run the bases. Like, I knew that the Guardians were going to lose that game because, like, everything was too perfect around them.
Does he have a mitt?
He does. It's a little too small now. He's outgrown it, so we need him to get a bigger mitt. So, but we were sitting right behind home plate, just off to the right a little bit, to where had, like, a right-hander fouled it off hard enough, we would have gotten the ball. We were, like, 4 rows up, so before the break to then the higher section, I got the row, kind of like we had at the Chargers game where there was no one behind us. I did that intentionally because I didn't want my child to bother anyone if he decided to be a little squirmy. But, yeah, it was just like...
You think you would have caught the
perfect
ball
day.
if it went your way?
I think that I would have probably fumbled it. I think that I probably would have got my hands on it and then been like, dropped it.
I mean, regardless whether you fumble it or not, would you be scared or would you welcome it and just fumbled it, or would you be like, ugh?
No, I think I would be. I wouldn't cower. I would attempt to catch it, but then I would probably think about it a little bit more, and I wouldn't be acting on instinct at that moment.
Would you, foul ball's coming, you've got a split second to think. Are you going bare hand up?
Or taking it in the body, or what?
Like grabbing a beer?
Oh, no, I'm going with the hand.
Or a hat?
No hat. No, I would bare hand it.
Beer catches, those aren't done on purpose. Those are always by accident. I don't think people stick their fucking beer out to try and catch it.
I think...
honestly, I would bare hand. I would go bare hand. I'd drop everything.
I would go with the beer cup.
Would you now?
Just to take some of that, because that's gonna fucking hurt. I mean,
it does hurt. I mean, I've tried it before.
Yeah.
It's awful.
Yeah.
It's literally like it just.
And you
and
never
the spin on it.
Time it right.
Never. Yeah. Never. Which is why
your mouth.
Yeah. Which was why it was so impressive.
Use your taint.
When people like can catch a home run ball, like it's crazy.
Yeah.
That it's like because you've got to wait and you've got all these people around you, and like the thing is that like before the game they were doing all these like Father's Day things and stuff like on the field, and there was this father and daughter where they were trying to catch fly balls to win like Fred Meyer gift cards or whatnot. And so the girl is like, they shoot it up into the air. It's just like a normal pop-up. She goes. She just took it off the freaking dome. And it was like, oh, shit. And then, like, she caught the next one. But still, I was like, this girl's going to take it off the dome. And sure enough, the first one just... And then they made the dad try and catch it with his hat. So he didn't get his mitt, so they made it harder for the dad to try and catch it.
Before you know it, that girl's the next day tweeting like Antonio Brown. Fucking nonsense.
Oh, gosh. Yeah. Speaking of Antonio Brown, wanted for murder.
Never heard of it?
Attempted murder, at least. So.
Who's shocked?
Yeah.
You shocked?
Mike
Not
Tomlin.
shocked.
surprised?
Not at all. Not at all. So, a great Father's Day. Congratulations to you, Juan Magoo, on all of your life events.
Yeah, we don't trust our listeners.
Yeah, exactly. But we'll just say congratulations on your...
ICE is watching.
Welcome to America, bitch.
Yeah, officially.
Yeah, you guys have to treat me like equals now.
Do we?
No choice.
Thank God, because it's been hard not.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's really... It really is.
I don't even know how to speak my own language anymore.
Because
I forgot as soon as I
I've
got
really
mine.
been treating you like shit for a while now.
As soon as I got my certificate, I'm like, I don't know how to speak Tagalog anymore.
Yeah, you just totally.
I didn't even
lost
enjoy
it.
Jollibee that much. I'm like, what the fuck is this nostalgic
Yeah,
bullshit?
which again, thank you for the Jollibee. Very
This
exciting.
is
to
too
have that.
spicy.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
I think I'm gonna be a regular at Applebee's now that I'm a citizen.
Sure.
Since we don't have a Chili's.
Riblets?
Dude, I would crush bottomless riblets back in the day.
You've
Oh
said
my gosh,
that.
Fat Peter.
You've said that before.
Yeah.
And it's so funny.
Yeah, you don't think that imagine.
It sounds like
It's
you have
just
it
the
tattooed on you.
riblets. It's the fact that it's riblets.
Really.
Yeah.
I mean, like, what were the other? But they had other options, right?
yeah,
Didn't
you
they?
could get.
Boneless or the wings.
You just
half
do
off
tenders
wings.
or the yeah.
Half off wings.
Yeah, but the riblet, and there was always so much sauce and
Too much sauce.
Yeah, and I was like, just
Ooh, I made ribs on Saturday. They were delicious.
yeah.
You stuff them.
I stuffed them good.
I got some of the meat church.
What kind?
I went for the ocho. Like
Oh.
they've got like the pack, and so I just
Yeah.
went with like basically everyone.
Did it come with the Blanco?
It did.
You're gonna love the Blanco.
Yeah. So I'm excited to.
Hot meat smoking talk, baby. Have you ever seen the new Dano's release, bro?
Yeah, I know, hot Dano.
That's the next one I want to try. People fuck with Danos.
I've got some Dano.
You know, you're not a real
Yeah.
you're not a real pit master until you've stuffed a rib. Once you figure out how to stuff a rib, whether it's
what does
baby
that
backs
mean?
or St. Louis
it's
or
not
beef
that
rib.
hard to conceptualize it, but
What is
why would you do
stuffing
it?
a rib? What
How
do you
many
mean?
have either of you ever stuffed a rib?
I don't even know
No,
how
why
one
would you
Exactly.
stuff
why
You're not
would
a
you-
real pit master until you've stuffed a rib.
What does one?
I've never even seen a pit master stuff. a
what
rib.
would you stuff it with? Like garlic cloves?
I mean, it doesn't. No, like, have you ever had stuffed wings at like an Asian place?
No,
no.
You've never had stuffed wings?
no.
I've never even heard of this. Like I've heard of a turducken. You're
Yeah.
not talking about a turducken.
A great example would be stuffed wings, but neither of you have had it. So if you go to like a Chinese
I've had like
buffet,
stuffed chicken breast.
yeah,
that's
sure.
different. But like to the idea of stuffing wings, it makes you go, "What the fuck? How do you do that?"
Yeah.
But people have stuffed
And
wings.
ribs.
Like they would debone a chicken wing after cutting it, splitting the drums and the flats, and then they would stuff it and they would fry it. That's the same idea as like a stuffed rib.
Where do you stuff it?
Fucking
In your
split it
asshole.
down the middle. That's how I know you guys aren't
I'm-
real.
And
you're-
with
you're not real
what?
pit
I
masters.
was thinking
People have
more
done
of like
crab meat. People have done
I guess
like
it would be more of like
mushrooms.
like roll. I was thinking of like, oh, you have something that you roll the ribs around, so they're stuffed that way.
Stuffed
Porchetta?
spare ribs.
Almost same concept.
Okay.
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
I get
You're
it.
gonna trust the internet?
Oh,
Real pit
yeah.
masters don't have Wi-Fi.
It looks kind of like
It's all by feel. You think they have a meter?
The thing
No.
is when Miguel started this conversation, he did not know that stuffed ribs were real.
How you're googling it?
I am.
He did not
I
know.
am. Look,
And-
I mean, it
and
looks
now
like a
he's-
meat sandwich.
And now he's just tickled that they're
that it
that they're
actually
real.
exists. Yeah.
Everything's on the internet, baby.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of looks like, what is that? Like literal stuffing? Anyways. But, yeah, you had no
Choose
idea.
your own adventure. You can do crab meat. You can fucking do
I can't believe you. Like
mushrooms.
I know you can do it with like a ribeye roast or whatever. So,
That's for rookies.
which by the way, I accomplished the perfect steak last night because the grill was primed and ready for a small grease fire. So I had the fear meat. Fear meat was on lock for Father's Day dinner. So
It's only
love
the
a good
perfect
grease
steak if there's
fire.
a good fat cap on there.
Yeah, it was nice. So when you open it up and you know that the temperature dial is all the way, you go, when I open this, flames are going to shoot out. It will be this tall. And
Well,
it was great. I
that's-
enjoyed it.
That's a Pete classic.
That is, yeah. Fear meat is the way that I love to go.
You guys have never bought a brisket either and not cooked it and smoked it like a brisket, but like just sliced it raw and grilled it like a steak.
No.
Oh, speaking
I've
of
never done that.
brisket,
Pussies.
on Saturday we went to the Salem Saturday Market, and there was several farms that were selling beef cuts.
Interesting.
And I went to one that I saw had a pretty long line when we arrived there, and I waited till we were leaving, and that there wasn't a long line, and I got a brisket point from them, and it's a good-looking piece of meat.
This isn't like a grass-fed, gamey tasting, like normal shit.
I mean, I don't.
What'd you pay for the?
You
point?
haven't eaten it yet.
No.
$40?
No.
50?
60.
60?
Yeah, it's 8 pounds.
I am so distracted by the shimmer and the glisten of his lips. I'm so distracted. So I mean, they're beautiful. I mean, just
Thank you.
So for those on the YouTubes, if you can see the glisten of his lips, it's
Thank you.
Captivating. So
I am using new chapstick.
new chapstick, yeah.
Yeah,
Not
I
a
got
Burt's Bees guy.
Got it for Father's Day.
Yeah, you look like you're just blowing coconut water. Or like you're like Bonnie Blue's lips after sucking 1,000 dicks. But it's not real. It's not like no one came on your lips, but just like the pre-cum surrounding the mushroom head, it's just like
okay.
It's just a quick like a frosting.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah. I look like a Krispy Kreme donut.
It looks cold. The lights are on.
I know. Is there any sort of peppermint or anything to go along with it, or is it just like unflavored chapstick?
It's I think it's non-flavored.
Yeah.
It
Doesn't do
taste-
anything.
Doesn't,
Unscented. It's Mitchum, unscented.
it's like medical
Yeah. But the thing is
extra dry
that wow.
lip treatment for gay boys.
Does it?
What
it
type
burn?
of marketing is this?
Does it burn when you put it on your lips? Are your lips that bad?
You got the Pride Week, Pride Month collection.
Gay boy spelled Ghey. Gay boy.
Gay-ass boys? What?
No, I mean for me when I put the chapstick on, I have to have the peppermint stuff because I have to feel like something is happening, right? I feel like the burn is healing me. That's how I like a good chapstick.
It's gotten to the point where sometimes when I put if it has a mintiness to it, it will really, really hurt.
Yeah.
And
So
I
you
don't
can't
fuck with that.
You gotta
Do you get the same feeling from like body wash or soap where your whole body just burns?
In certain cases.
Gross.
Like if I were to use like a tea tree.
Oh gosh.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever
I've jerked
accident-
off with tea tree.
Yeah. Have you ever
Dude, it's
accidentally
like
put that
icy
on your
hot.
dick?
It's not by
Yes.
accident. I wanted it, and that was like fucking icy hot.
I would come out of the shower on fire.
Yeah.
It
I
felt
did
like
that by
Shaq was
yeah.
jerking me off with a fucking icy hot commercial.
Sandpaper. And you're just like, it's so like hot and cold all at the same time.
It's icy and hot.
Wow.
Way to describe the whole premise of the fucking product. It's weird because it was like icy at one point and then hot at. Oh my god,
That's
weird.
what we should call it.
Yeah. Maybe a crossover with the Shaq-a-roni pizza. Who knows?
I had this
Icy
chicken.
hot shakaroni.
I had this chicken and they said it was hot and spicy, and I took a bite and it was hot. And then it was
And then it was
spicy.
spicy. Yeah. The sweet and sour. Who'd have thunk it? Who'd have thunk it at all?
Turn this
have
game
you
off.
have you guys thought about this Friday at all? Like how excited you are?
I am very so. Tomorrow is Braxton's
33rd.
33?
Guess.
4?
It's 33.
I mean, he's the birthday guy. So who the hell is that? Furry?
Gurfy?
It's Gary Lipinski.
Yeah. Who's that?
Is that what the jersey said?
Lipinski.
Lipinski. 33.
32.
No way.
Yeah.
This
That's what
guy's
I
always
s-
way
that's
younger.
what I said. 32.
Yeah. This guy's always way
32.
younger.
You didn't hear me say 33.
-1. So you've got birthday dinner Friday night. Everyone's invited. We'll see you there at
Yeah.
No, we only have a reservation for 7.
Clyde's
Not
Prime
everyone's
Rib.
invited.
So 7.
There's
Not
7.
6? Oh, all right.
There's 7 of us.
Surprise
Can you name the
guest?
7?
I can't because there's going to be a surprise
No,
guest,
you
apparently.
can name all 7.
You can name all 7.
Well, actually, we don't know if there is a surprise guest unless you just admitted that there's going to be a surprise
No,
guest.
I caught him. There's not a surprise. That's not the surprise.
Really?
Yeah.
Did he catch you?
I'm not saying it.
Okay. This is the pleading the fifth about the incrimination.
You have
and
10
all that
seconds to
stuff.
name the 7, though. Go. 1,
You,
2,
me, him. So
3,
3. Jesse,
4,
Jordan,
5, 6,
Austin,
7,
and I don't know
8,
the 7th.
9, 10. Are you kidding?
Caleb. All right.
Yeah.
There you go. Caleb.
Forget the guy who can't. Who you will notice.
Well, that's right. But then when you start counting at me, then you get a little nervous. Okay, you
can't-
do this every
it was
time.
very high pressure.
Yeah, I've got the headphones on. It's
Yeah.
like beating in my ears.
Yeah.
So, all right, there's a 7. So,
Well, there's 8. The surprise guest is 8.
maybe, yeah. So, the Oklahoma City Thunder taking a 3-2 series lead
Shocker.
in Game 5. Handing it to Tyrese Halliburton, and the thing is that every time I think about this, I think about that guy who has that $270,000 cash out, and now Edmonton is down 3-2 in that series, and his buyout is now to like $38,000 before this game, and so he was getting a little cocky there. I don't even know this guy's name, but he was like,
I mean, it's $13 though. Like.
you had 120 something, now it's 38. So
You didn't have 120. That's like people have to
that's
stop looking at it
You
like
could
that.
have.
There's money you could have gotten, but he had 123, and it was down to 107, and then the Oilers tied the series at 2-2.
Yeah.
And then the Thunder tied the series at 2-2.
Yeah.
That cash out, which was sitting at 58, went back up to 107. And then clearly the Oilers down again and the Pacers down again. Now it's at 40,000.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's $13 tied to it.
But I mean, like this guy, like, and I'm not trying to like diminish that 13 could become 40,000 or whatever. But the thing is, it seems like he's going to try and ride this out. At this point, I think he has no choice but to ride it out because, he would look very silly to take the cash out when he was like mocking people for saying that he should do the cash out. But, he's talking about taking his boys to Norway and going to Vegas and has all these elaborate plans. So I think that you have to eat the whole thing if you end up losing at this point, if you refuse to take the cash out at 123.
Well, he either doesn't need the money or he doesn't gamble that often, because if you had somebody with a gambling mind trying to strategize this whole thing, you would have taken 123 cash out and then gambled it on the Pacers and hedged it on the Pacers and the Oilers and put like 10,000 back. See if you can win a little bit more, but you'd have 50% of the whole winnings already.
Yeah, because even again, if you do the 40,000 cash out, you're only gonna get 20,000, which again is a very good return on $13. But sad if he turns out not to.
I hope he wins.
That bet. So I have been rooting for Edmonton and for OKC just for this guy. I would love to see that. Oh, don't leave him hanging. No, we left him hanging. So
Indiana really needed to win on Friday, on Saturday, for them to win, for them to have a chance in this series.
Yeah,
because they would have won on Friday. It would have been 3-1.
Gosh,
the chances of you coming back from 3-1, even if you are the favorite, is hard. But you let them tie it because Indiana blew that game.
They did. Yeah, it was
They blew that.
It seemed so difficult for OKC to like find their way to overcome that deficit. Every time they would inch back, then it would come back to 8 points or whatever. Then all of a sudden, they just like found a way to lose that game, and that was critical. 3-1 versus 2-2. That was series defining, despite the fact that no one has even given them a chance in this series. But the end of that game 4 was series defining.
It's frustrating too because when you're watching it, there's a huge part of it where you're like, okay, they're letting them play. They're letting them play playoff basketball. Let them fucking elbow each other. You don't have to call every ticky-tack foul there is. But you know that if they had won 3-1, even if Oklahoma City won tonight, I think it's over. Like, Indiana would have over a 60% chance to win the fucking championship.
Yeah.
But now you're going back to Oklahoma City tied at 2, and you're going to play the last 2 out of the 3 games in their house. You don't think they're going to get the calls on top of them being already good? Mm-hmm. It's over. It's already 3-2. It's over.
Yeah. I mean, I know that a lot of us included have been calling this series over for a long while, and Indiana has refused to
I'm trying to hold on to that to see if the opposite of my wish.
I know. I'm starting to notice Miguel's strategy here.
It's
He
always
just keeps on kind of jinxing them.
Yeah, this is always a bit of the hedge here.
Dude, that's how much I dislike this group. That's how much I dislike SGA and this entire group. I fucking hate them so much.
Yeah.
I'm watching baseball. Like, I'm paying attention to baseball because I can't stand the fucking finals.
The College World Series is electric.
College World Series is
So
fucking
electric.
awesome.
Yeah.
I even watched the fucking Arkansas one.
Really?
Yeah, that was fucking good.
Let's see. I took a screenshot too because there's the Jello shot deal that. Hold on here. We've got the Jello shots here. We've got as of yesterday. Coastal Carolina had 2,200 Jello shots. Arizona had 1,017. Louisville had 889. UCLA had 630. Arkansas had 4,155. LSU topped 8,000. Oregon State was just over 600, and Murray State had a little over. I don't know if that's 400 or 4,000 because the guys.
So you take a shot for when?
They sell Jello shots at this very popular bar in Oklahoma City.
Right. What is?
And so then when you go up and you're just like you say, hey, I'm buying 100 Jello shots.
So that's
for
if you don't
Oregon
have a
State.
big number, there's just not a lot of Beaver fans there. Okay.
Yeah. There's not a lot of.
Isn't it in Omaha?
Yeah, Omaha. Sorry,
Omaha.
the girls is Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City.
Yeah,
you're
the
right.
reason
My
I
bad.
asked is because Jarrah asked me that the other night, and I was like, I was doubting that it was Omaha.
It's Omaha. Women's
Yes.
is in Oklahoma
So-
City. My bad.
The Oregon State lost to Coastal Carolina,
Yes.
and it's double elimination. It's
So
their
they've
first
got
loss.
Louisville again. Oregon
Oh,
State.
so
does.
I was gonna say, do they
Tomorrow,
cross
right?
over with the other bracket, or they are having
Stay
to
in the
play?
bracket.
So they're having to play somebody they've already played
Yeah. So they get Louisville again.
tomorrow,
Yeah, and then
and it's in the middle of the day, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
But then-
Man, what
and
am I
they-
gonna do with work and like having to watch that?
And then Coastal Carolina, then it would be a double elimination for Coastal Carolina. So, and they haven't lost in that bracket. But yeah, there was just a no hitter the first time in 65 years. What's that guy's name from Arkansas who did it? But
Ball schemes.
no, but probably close enough. So I'm gonna turn this off.
I think
we don't need
Ohtani-
to be talking about
Shohei
ratings.
pitched today.
He did, yeah.
Pitched for the Dyers.
The Dyas.
His arm didn't fall off?
Well, let's see how he did.
If it did, it's insured for $50 million. So I think we're good.
Let's see.
When was the game? When was Game 5 or 5 for the Stanley Cup? When did
This-
that happen? Today.
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
So the Oilers
No,
lost.
Saturday. There was nothing yesterday. There was nothing on Sunday.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So the Oilers lost and they're down 3-2.
Yeah, they lost 5-2 in that game. And I mean, Florida
they play
has
tomorrow.
and they play tomorrow.
Yes.
So I mean, Florida has looked like the dominant team.
Fuck
in
the free world.
So, let's see. Pitching. Ohtani.
He's pitched the
because
perfect game. You don't need to look it up.
1 inning. He pitched 1 inning. He literally pitched 1 inning, 2 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 28 pitches.
Yeah, he's hustling people.
Well, I mean, gosh, they were probably looking at ticket sales. Apparently, like, ticket sales boomed almost 200% of their retail value there, so that then people could see him pitch for 1 inning, giving up 2 hits and 1 run. So, yeehaw.
28 pitches. What?
I'm not going to end this episode
spectacle.
without a quick shout out, even though I have to give up my loyalty to my homeland. The Filipino golfer that won the U.S. Open. Shout out. That's big time win.
Yeah, JJ Spawn. All right.
Well,
That
it's
was quite the crapshoot of
It's
a
more
tournament,
impressive
wasn't it?
because if you watch the round on Sunday, as much as I am not a golfer, that is one of the most frustrating golf courses I have ever fucking
Seriously.
seen.
So I find that
So much rain.
well, and there's usually two camps when it comes to the U.S. Open because historically the U.S. Open, it's a challenging course. It's the U.S.'s opportunity to show how good their courses are and they can perform and be difficult in major championship opportunities. However, I find it interesting when people who fans of golf get upset about watching pros struggle. Because for me, it's like
Yeah.
that's familiar. I
One of us,
relate
Yeah.
way more to that. And if anything, it's how does a professional get out of something like this?
Yeah.
You know?
Are you but you're blowing past the idea of like golf is a hard enough sport as it is.
Yeah.
So essentially you're like if you're taking the opposing argument here of like I like to see I like to see pros struggle because it humanizes them and I can kind of see like now you know what it's like when I play at fucking Heron Lakes or whatever, right? But you're also like this specific golf course in Oakmont, Pennsylvania, where it's like you said, it goes from fairway to fucking tall grass, where players are looking for their ball for damn near fucking hour. They are adding 4 strokes because they're just
Whacking away.
chunking the fucking tall grass. That's like saying, oh, the NBA, just to humanize fucking pros, made a square basket.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the same
Yeah.
thing, dude. Like, you see pros struggle. You see pros shoot 6 over without that, like, tall grass or fucking rough.
Yeah.
Like, it's, you know what I mean? Like, it's hard enough.
But I think there's, a nice easy medium. I do agree that, especially this year, it did seem to go a little bit past the point.
And it
of
was
Yeah,
raining.
no return.
Like, you see the balls hitting even the fairway, and it's a splash.
Yeah.
Like, on Sunday, it was fucking
They're having
pouring.
to cut into to get rid of water bubbles and underground and all that.
But on the other side of the coin, a lot of tournaments are ending with like minus 20 winners, and it's like, let's create a little bit of challenge. Obviously having everybody over par isn't necessarily what you
Yeah.
want to see, but let's find a nice easy middle ground.
I get what you're saying, though, but, like, how many golfers have we seen in our lifetime completely dominate? It's just been Tiger. I mean, it's not like Rory's going out there and just winning every Masters. I mean, the closest we're getting now is Scotty.
Yeah,
But-
it's not necessarily just one. It's not about one person winning. It's about the field of golf entirely. The players are getting better. The technology is getting better. And so the courses are becoming easier in general. It's not necessarily about having a superstar or anything like that. It's, I think it's a way of the game kind of taking back a little.
But regardless of how hard or how easy the course is, I think an easier statement to back up your argument is if we're getting like the same fucking winner every time. But like we had the course pro, win a fucking tournament a year ago?
Yeah.
And now we had like JJ Spawn is not like a fucking, not like
he's
us.
not- yeah.
But he's, he won over the names that we know.
Yeah.
It's like I feel like the sport is hard enough, and I think really the thing that was most impressive for me is I had a bet, so I was paying attention to this tournament, but I watched all of Sunday.
Yeah.
And I've been around golfers enough, even though I've only played a handful of times, but like, riding the cart, and I can see how frustrating it is. I see golf videos all the time. This dude that won, that first 7 holes, I would have quit. Yeah, I would have fucking quit, dude. Like it was but the thing that was most impressive about him, his fucking demeanor.
Yeah.
The way he responded to it. This is easily like throwing your club in a lake, in the pond, breaking it. The shit that was happening on the front 9 would have made me like drive away from the course and just be done. And then he fucking turns it around and he's the only one who finished under par. Yeah, or even par.
Yeah, so his round 4 spawns was bogey, 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 par, bogey, bogey.
It was bad. And where they were landing, it's like normally even you'd see like Jordan Spieth. He would hit one in the rough and he'd go, fuck.
Yeah.
This dude was just like even keel the whole time.
Yeah, he was 5 over through the front 9, finished 2 over. And I think like back to your point, and then I guess if we look at the score board or the leaderboard overall, I mean you had Victor Hovland, Sam Burns, Adam Scott, all chute, +3, +5, +9. So you had Adam Scott in this whole thing, who was like, one of your leaders going into Sunday, and you had barely any of these guys actually shooting under par. And so you just go, okay, well, that's not an awesome. I think that, like, to your point, when you think about, like, the humanization of these guys, but, like, Sunday you're wanting, like, magic to happen. And you just saw so many of these guys crumble, partly because of conditions or whatever. But then it's, like, kind of sad to see a guy like Adam Scott have, a +9 on his final round when he was sniffing a title there.
I don't think you're alone in thinking the way that you are, where you want to see, like, a semblance of, like, yourself when you golf, but at the same time, I think that is the minority of people that think that way, because it's kind of like sometimes when people watch a movie and they want to escape, it's like, fuck yeah, I want to see Tiger shoot 8 under.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's fucking insane to see.
I want to make it clear. I love that. And the fact is, we get that 99% of the time. That's kind of why it's like, this one time, it's kind of fun.
You just stop being jealous of them.
Okay.
I'm glad that at least Spawn hold that putt, though. That was such a long putt for him to hit. Because, I mean, again, like to your point, he was the only guy in the tournament who was under par. And so, like, to at least have that, which was a little bit better than, say, like, Rory's, like, Masters performance, where it was like, it's always nice if you can get the putt and not have to, like,
the other
tap
thing
in
is
to win a tournament.
And the other thing is, if you've paid attention to golfers at the U.S. Open over the years, they always bitch and moan. And it's like, you guys, come on. You're the best in the world.
Yeah.
That's probably what got this guy, Spawn, a lot of people on his side. Because his response and his demeanor throughout the whole tournament, with like shit going wrong with the weather and hitting it in the tall grass and all this shit, like not once did he bitch, did he whine, did he complain. He kind of just like, he just powered through. And he's like, he had 3 bogeys in a row and he's like, okay, just keep going. And even after he won, he just like hugged his caddy and like picked him up. But it was like, he was never too high and he was never too low. Yeah. And he didn't, like, easily, you could have easily bitched about this the way that Brooks and Bryson and them do. Also, another thing I found, the whole time when I was learning about golf and the whole beef between Bryson Koepka or Bryson DeChambeau and Brooks was happening, I thought the whole time, like, Bryson was the douchebag. I'm starting to see that Brooks is kind of a fucking D-bag.
Yeah,
and Bryson's the more, like, likable one.
Yeah, the tables have definitely turned.
Brooks is kind of a piece of shit, dude.
Yeah, he has become a little unlikable.
He lived long enough to be the fucking villain, because I think he's kind of a
now Brooks is like basically having like a mental breakdown when it comes
of the mustache.
When it comes to golf, wasn't he? I think I saw like a post tournament press conference where he was talking about like
he
how
seems
in
to be
his head he
getting
is
pretty existential.
Yeah,
because Bryson's been finishing in the top 5 and winning tournaments.
Because Bryson's YouTube numbers are off the charts.
Wow,
Bryson's
he's hitting
fucking
balls
page
over his house into a hole.
It is captivating.
Yeah,
I mean,
Marketing, baby.
I
Yeah.
tuned
I think
in.
Bryson's a likable dude. Like I enjoy watching his shit.
Yeah.
I don't know why I think I was influenced by what I was looking at or hearing people think that he's say that he's the douchebag. I'm like, I don't
Could
think-
it be that you're influenced on the other way to like Bryson?
I believe it was Jack Nicklaus who said, "Golf is a game of inches, but the most
Al Pacino on any given Sunday?
the most important inches are the 6 between your ears."
I don't understand. Like when it's inside the vagina or it's not.
That's why you're not very good at golf, Miguel.
I think it's more like 8, but it's about 6.
Can the vagina?
Anyways.
Isn't the vagina wall only able to hold 4?
Is that what she told you?
After I proposed, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Once she accepted the ring, she told me that. I'm like, I made a great decision.
Yeah.
You mean I'm ripping them walls?
NBA trade talk, anyone? Memphis Grizzlies trading Desmond Bane to the Orlando Magic for
Quick. Who
KCP,
cares?
Cole Anthony, 4 unprotected first rounders.
NFL version of this trade. Quick. Off the top of the dome.
I don't even know who these people are, so I could...
Don't forget the rounders. Just give them the 2 from the Magic for Bane. It's KCP and who?
Cole Anthony.
Cole Anthony.
And then 4 first rounders, which is insane. This is such a lopsided trade.
For Desmond Bane.
For
You don't
Desmond
even know who
Bane.
that is.
Yeah. He's like the number 3 guy on the Grizzlies. And they got...
We're going to give it to you in NFL terms.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay? It is...
What would it be?
It is... I got it.
Okay.
It is the Bengals giving up Tyler Boyd.
Okay.
Okay? Yeah, I know he's not there anymore, but it gives you a really good idea.
Yeah.
Giving up Tyler Boyd for... Let's pick... What's a good team? Let's use the Commanders. The Commanders taking Tyler Boyd and giving up 4 first rounders and
Terry McLaurin?
it wouldn't be McLaurin. It'd be
Debo?
Well, no, because Debo was kind of the way that I wanted to go in a trade. But very good examples by us. It's a bad trade.
It sounds like it.
Yeah. Okay, so let you think about that, and I'll break this down for you. So Desmond Bane is like the number 2 or 3 on the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies are always in the playoffs, but they're never sniffing a championship.
Yep.
Jaren Jackson, who's their other guy next to
Ja.
Morant, is up for an extension next year, or they don't want him to hit free agency, so they got to clear some money, right? So they go, Desmond Bane, okay, we're going to get rid of you, and we're not close to the championship, so let's go and find some picks for him as well. You get championship experience back in KCP. Congratulations, you got that guy. The Magic think, hey, Desmond Bane is someone we can pair with Paolo Banchero and Jalen Suggs and Markelle Fultz, and we feel like we can strike now because it's the East, and Boston has an injury in Jason Tatum, so I think that the Magic think they made a good deal. I think
they got a shooter, quote unquote shooter.
Yeah, but like Desmond Bane doesn't necessarily, like, if I were to look at like the championship odds, I just don't think it's really going to change much.
I got
there.
it.
Okay.
I know it's not the current roster, but it's like the Niners giving up Ayuk, Juwan Johnson, and 4 picks to get Tyler Lockett from Seattle.
Sure. Yeah.
You get how bad that is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not great.
So
Not
that's
great.
Memphis, Tyler Lockett, Desmond Bane.
And Desmond Bane
In
is
return.
owed a ton
Okay.
of money too.
That's stupid. It's
Yeah.
fucking dumb.
yeah.
That's dumb.
Desmond Bane is not like a
Thank you for
scrub.
that.
It's just like when you think about like the lopsidedness of this, it's just not there. I think it's a great.
It makes, when in trades like this, it makes those guys look like a scrub.
Yeah.
Because then all of a sudden people are like, he's not worth
Yeah.
that at all.
It
You
is.
just got to speak football language, and then it'll be in it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's more.
Now he has an opinion.
It's more than I would have thought. I don't necessarily know how this like crazy moves the needle here, but like when you have 4 now first round picks, you just go and you clear all of that salary cap. Like that's a great deal for Memphis.
And I feel like in the NBA, future first round picks are like gold.
yeah. Oh my gosh,
That's
the value
a
of those are
really dumb
incredible.
fucking trade. I would have traded like a year's worth of a gas card for Desmond Bane. 4 first rounders and KCP.
It's way too much.
KCP, who's been a part of championship teams as a
a
role
veteran,
player.
Yeah.
No.
Nah. So.
Darius?
Contavious.
God,
Jesus.
dang it.
You also think all black people look
I
alike?
know, seriously. But anyway, so
Darius Tony.
speaking of Kevin Durant as well, who once fetched 5 first-round picks in addition to players, I think, is possibly going to San Antonio or Houston or
Miami.
He says,
Or half
fuck
the league."
Minnesota, I'm not going to go there. But it is interesting to see like what he might get back, and I wonder if this Desmond Bane trade possibly helps the cause, because I think people were thinking they would only get 3 first-rounders back, but still, maybe Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant reunited in the twilight of their careers in Miami, because of Russ not going to be returning to Denver, so be interesting
That
to see
would be
those two.
interesting.
You need something in the NBA because nobody's watching this shit. I mean, the ratings are fucking all-time low.
Yeah.
No one's watching. And you can't even say, oh, it's because it's small market. When Milwaukee won the championship, that's also small market, and that was high ratings. It's just, you got to admit, no one wants to pay attention to these fucks. So you got to come up with other storylines.
Superstars.
I don't want Kevin Durant anywhere near San Antonio. I just want Wembanyama to be, just let him be away from this. So I would go to Miami and then do a Russell Westbrook reunion, and I'd be fine with that. And then, but I just don't know if Miami would make that deal.
What if KD plays for the Fever with Caitlin Clark? He'd average 89 points a game.
What if he came to Portland?
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he's really hot destination right now.
It is.
Go Zers, right?
There's only
We're
one-
getting La Barbecue.
There's only one restaurant that could convince him to go, and it's probably Keys Loaded Kitchen.
Sure. Yeah.
Kind of like the way local boys recruits for Oregon State in football.
That's the poll, huh?
Yeah.
So
You think that's false? Because that's a real statement. That's a real thing.
no, I
I'm
mean
sure
I
it
know.
helps.
Yeah.
That's why they get the big boys
A
for
nice
fucking
little
local boys.
Yeah, a nice little home cooking or something like that. Okay, so do each of us want to take a team here when it comes to Kevin Durant and
No,
Okay.
could not be less interested. I've been watching football highlights because basketball's done for me.
just
at this
jerking it to football highlights? So, okay, so
Guess what I watched last night? Ohio State, Oregon highlights.
You
You want to bet?
No, you didn't.
I bet he did.
Why?
Well,
I
would
bet he
it
did.
show
Why?
would it show the time
You're
of
Your
sick,
YouTube
Miguel.
history.
would it show the time when I watched it
I
or
mean,
the
it'd at
history?
least show your
You're a
history,
sick-
wouldn't it?
Where's the
Sick
history?
puppy.
I don't know.
Go to library.
History. What was the most recent?
A college football quarterfinal or Ohio State Buckeyes, which the next to that is
It's the
the
US Open,
US
so you
Open.
know it was recent.
Yeah. So
It just makes me so happy.
Good. I'm glad.
that's wild. That is sick.
You know how often I watch
That's
it?
pretty,
pretty-
sick.
And honestly,
I watch it so much.
I sometimes consider that Miguel might care about Oregon more than I do.
Right, just
In
the
a
other
very
way.
fucked up way.
Yeah, but the other
But
way.
you might care more.
That is a typical.
Because
That is a typical.
No, it's a typical statement from somebody that pokes you, and then you respond and you go, why are you so mad?
Yeah,
You
why
know,
are
that
you
like
mad?
plays victim once.
I'm
Why
not
are you so
I'm
mad?
not
You're
playing
not
victim.
wrong.
Well, but it's like you talk
it-
about them so much, you care about them.
I'm saying this as more of a point of being impressed. I'm in no
his
way
care.
am I saying that to negatively shed any negative light on.
What a terrible game that was. Oh my gosh. The fact that you rewatch that all the time is
It was
crazy.
an awesome game.
I haven't watched, I don't think I've actually watched those highlights.
Yeah, I mean that's
Back ever.
You're dedicated.
Yeah.
You are dedicated to the hate.
I saw
And
what I needed
I
to
don't
see
think-
in
I
that
don't
At some
game.
point,
and-
you've got to tip the old cap.
I don't even think it's done on purpose. That's the thing, is like I think you're making it seem like I do it on purpose to stay dedicated.
No.
But ultimately, I think when like things aren't going well, what makes me happy is a demise.
He needs
of
dopamine
boredom.
Yeah.
hits. Yeah.
Again,
Some people watch TikTok and
you're
That,
committed to the fucking
I watch
game.
that highlight probably 3 to 4 times a month.
yeah.
Yeah, no. Again,
And then you go to
it's
When
impressive.
Jeremiah Smith was wide fucking open is one of the happiest moments of my life.
and then you go to Jersey Mike's and you go, I'll have it Mike's way, and tell Mike there's no safe word today. Tell Mike he can spit in my face before he gives me my sandwich.
Dude, why haven't we had Keys Loaded Kitchen?
For
She's
In
busy.
a year?
First of all, she's busy losing weight.
oh, is she?
I don't know if you've seen her. She's fucking skinny.
Wow.
She's on the Zempi.
Probably Zempi.
Maybe.
There's no way she would have done it naturally that quick. Second, she's feeding Black Portland for free. So she's busy.
Oh, my bad.
How dare you?
How dare you?
I just want to say before we wrap up, one of my favorite moments in that video, Oregon State, Oregon, or Ohio.
Well, let's take a
Ohio
moment.
State.
Clear eyes.
Yeah. Full hearts.
Trey Holden catching a pass from Dylan Gabriel and going like this. Down 24. One of the
That
best,
was really
one
bad.
of the best moments.
Yeah, that was pretty
one of the
bad.
best moments.
All right.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday. We'll see you Friday.
Clear eyes.
Full hearts.
Can't lose.
Season finale next week.